Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 14. We're looking at verses 53 through 65. Jesus has been arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane. He's dragged now back into Jerusalem and taken to the high priest's house. And all the priests and the elders and the Pharisees that are on the council, the Sanhedrin, are coming together to judge Jesus. Peter's following from a distance. He doesn't want to get too close. And I think that's a question for us. Do we follow Jesus at a distance because we're afraid that people might identify us with him? He goes on, he's sitting out with the guards, which is kind of funny, and he's warming himself by the fire. Meanwhile, as it says, the chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin are looking for evidence so they could put Jesus to death, which is funny because they don't have the authority to do that. They're going to have to ask the Romans for that favor, right? But they couldn't find anything. They're going to invent stuff. And people are going to give false testimony, and they can't even get their stories straight about this made-up evidence against Jesus. I think about even today how people think they have evidence to get rid of Jesus, right? But it's not clear, it's not concise. It goes on to say that some stood up and gave false testimony against him, saying that he would destroy this temple made with human hands and in 3 days build another. Well, it's actually true. He did make that statement, and he is going to do that. But in terms of their logic, it doesn't make sense. There's no way he could rebuild the temple made with human hands in 3 days. But you can rebuild the temple made by the Spirit in 3 days. But again, they can't get their testimony to agree. And then the high priest stands up and asks Jesus, are you going to answer us or not? You going to tell us, all these, what is this testimony that these men are giving against you? Like, aren't you going to get down in the mud and wallow around with them? And Jesus doesn't play their game. And then the high priest has had it. So he asks him plainly, are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One? Are you the Son of God? Now, Mark made it clear, the first verse of this gospel, that Jesus is the Son of God. And now here is the high priest asking him, are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One? And how does Jesus answer? He doesn't equivocate. He's not fudging on the answer. He is clear. Jesus makes the clear statement that he says, I am. I am the Messiah who is the Son of the Blessed One. I am the Son of God the Father. And he then goes on to make matters worse. He says, and you're going to see the Son of Man. Well, this is interesting, isn't it? Because so often Jesus uses that term, the Son of Man, which comes out of the book of Daniel, the prophet Daniel, and it's a messianic term. So just as much as Son of God speaks about the Messiah, so does the Son of Man. And he says, you'll see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One. The only one who sits at the right hand of the Lord God Almighty is the Son of God. And he says, you're going to see me coming on the clouds of heaven. Well, now the high priest has had it. He rips open his clothes and says, what more, evidence we need? This man has committed blasphemy against God, claiming to be God's son. But we all know that Jesus is in fact the Son of God. And with that, they condemn the Son of the Blessed One because they don't believe him and they hate him so much. And then they strike him and punch him and they say, prophesy. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.